Hey, this is Notser, and we are in the Shokaku. It's a pretty standard build. I haven't really changed since my last time. Torpedo acceleration, faster torpedo rearm. You get the idea. So, I've been trying to really improve my aircraft carrier play, and I think we have improved. At least I believe so. So, we're going to see how it works out. Now, this enemy destroyer over by A point thought he was sly, dropping his crap over. And initially, I would like to select different squadrons, slightly layer them, but I just didn't give myself enough time. So we drop, and oh, he moves right into it, and he dies. It could not have been better for us. We got a little lucky that it worked out, because the plan was to spread it out and just have a higher chance of hitting. Clearly, we wouldn't have killed him if we did that, but in the end, he's dead. No one's capturing A except for our team, and my guys are going back to rearm. And our aircraft are trying to take out the enemy fighter. Now, the fighter, it's a Lexington, I believe, and he's gone the 2 dive bomber, the 2 fighter squadron, and yeah. It's annoying. It's not as annoying as, of course, fighting a Shokaku, who has that build, plus more torpedoes. It's still annoying, though. Now, the aircraft carrier. My feelings on it. You know, I was interesting. I watch Total Biscuit. Total Biscuit. He does a great job talking about PC games and how PC games are, you know, trying to show off PC games that are worth playing. And he was talking about Dawn of War 3. Suffice it to say, he doesn't like Dawn of War 3. He feels like it was a letdown to what all the other Dawn of Wars are. Dawn of War 1 was great. All those expansions. Dawn of War 2 was, it was okay. Dawn of War 3, apparently, they cut everything out of it. And you know what they do? They require that you set up a loadout before you go into your multiplayer match. And you are stuck with this loadout. Doesn't that sound familiar, right? I just don't understand why Wargaming likes this idea that aircraft carriers are stuck with a very important decision before they even get into the match. And by the way, why am I detected? It's an enemy destroyer. The enemy destroyer from B point decided to bypass everyone and go directly towards my location. While all this is going on, of course, I'm going to drop the Bismarck, but this is bad. This is bad news. I don't have torpedoes for it. My bombs are on rearm. And by the way, when you want to drop someone, you really want to give a lot of lead. Now, this is a double drop. We're going to lose a lot. But for a ship that moves about 30 knots, you really want to give... You want to make sure the torpedoes are in the water by the time that you actually drop the indicator attack path. If the ship is crossing that before the torpedoes are in the water, you've already missed. You're already behind. So that's sort of the gauge that I'm going for. But we are running for the hills. Hipper, help me! Help me! It's an assassin! He wants to kill me! I'm gonna use my dive bombers. I'm gonna use everything I can to keep myself alive and run towards the Hipper. And hopefully we can be accurate with our bombs. And you just gotta think like the destroyer. Where's the destroyer most likely gonna sail? Try and drop. Try and predict. It's not the easiest drop. You know, because the destroyer could easily wiggle back and forth. But you do need to do manual, at least to get close to the target, I think. And I think we might have missed him here. Yeah, just barely, a little bit too far in advance. Torpedo bombs are rearming right now. He's sitting in his smoke, but I think he's too close to the Hipper, who does have hydroacoustic, I'm assuming. And yeah, the Hipper should be able to protect me. And we're not being spotted. So, it looks pretty good so far. It looks like we will indeed survive the assassination attempt. These guys, they really want to get you. They really want to get you. So now that that crisis is over, we can send our fighters back out. I'm going to, of course, get my torpedoes up, get my dive bombers up, and re-attack the enemies in the southern flank. But wait, where did that torpedo come from? Where did those torpedoes come from? Why am I detected? Are you kidding me? How did he slip by? How did this second destroyer slip by my team? The assassins! Kill him! I want the Hipper to be like, oh crap, there's another guy. Because I told the Hipper, great job, Hipper. You helped me out, buddy. But yeah, we still got baddies over here. Trying to set up a torpedo attack. He's probably setting up a torpedo attack himself. That's why he's so straight. So give enough lead. Get the torpedoes in the water before he crosses over. It should indeed catch him. I don't know if it'll be enough to kill him, but it should indeed catch him. And oh, we only get one. I do have my dive bombers coming up. And oh boy, enemy torpedoes. So of course, drag and thin. Make it as thin as possible, so minimize the torpedo damage. Friendly is, of course, here. Thank you, Hipper. You need these guys. They really are the saviors. I don't think I could have handled both of these guys without them. Man, just gonna try and just pinch the Akatsuki, make him decide what is his angle, what are you gonna do, how are you gonna do it. I took a torpedo, gonna drop on the Akatsuki, and we detonate him. We're alive. The torpedo only did 50% of our life, but we're alive. Somehow we're alive. God. And there, guys, you've played, and girls, you've played with aircraft carriers that don't defend themselves, and they just, help me, help me. You got to be able to deal with a destroyer. If you can't help yourself, why would someone help you? You've got to give them at least something to work with. Because I was making the effort, because I was getting chip damage, the Hipper had a better chance to take him out without me dying. I can't believe both of them pincered me. This was not on the stream. They just had a feeling, based on where my fighter was going, that I was over there. But I can't believe they both tried to kill me. All in the same time frame, because one was going B and one was going up the eastern side, going outside of my friendlies. But, you know, we worked out. We survived. We're going to go and try and bomb the enemies that are on the southeast side, and they're getting crushed, right? We got a big kill on a destroyer over by A point. Teammates did a good job protecting me over at my aircraft. That's 2 more destroyers. And then, of course, we dropped some bombs and torpedoes on a couple of battleships. So it's really hard to come back when your entire destroyer force is taken out. And also, you don't have the means to deal with the fighters as effectively as you would like. Enemy Warspite, very slow. This is the exception. They move so slowly that you honestly do want the attack path to not show up until you're right on the target, because they just look how slow he moves. He moves so slow. He was able to avoid a torpedo. He's still alive, and of course, the whole joke, flood. We don't get a single flood when we need it. We'll get a flood on a target like a destroyer when we know he's not going to flood out to it. But when we need it on a big battleship, we don't get it. Now, we do have dive bombers in the area, so that, you know, that's good. Set up the attack. Make sure it's as accurate as it possibly could be. And take out the Warspite. Great showing so far from the Shokaku. Really appreciate this Hipper. He basically gave up the game past the first 5 or 10 minutes when he came back to help me. So it means a lot whenever you get a teammate like that. Really be nice, compliment them, you know, buy them dinner. They're like the defender on a sports team, right? They do the dirty work so you can look all cool. And this was a cool match. I felt like I actually had success with pretty much every single drop. And there was tense moments where I had to actually consider what I was doing. I didn't feel like the CV really harassed me as much as maybe he could have, but we got plenty of harassment from 2 destroyers, so it's fair. We earned Confederate, First Blood, Devastating Strike, 3 kills, 85,000 damage done, 5 fires, 3 torpedo floods, 10 torpedo hits. It's not bad in a short game. 1,752 base XP, not bad. Should have complimented the Hipper, by the way, sorry. Most of my damage in torpedoes, of course. Game didn't last that long, so not a lot of time for floods and fires. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you have a fantastic day, and I'll catch you next time.